Two unemployed actors. Two unemployed actors. They're just between projects.
Welcome back to Two Unemployed Actors. I'm Max.
I'm Sam.
And we are two very busy people, I'm certainly been
actors.
employed, yes. There has been a significant gap since the last episode, and for a very good reason, and relating to the podcast, to the acting world.
Which we hope you've noticed.
Yes. You're crying out for more. When is it coming back? Anyway, I hear you, please.
We hear your calls.
All the voices in my head have heard them. So basically, I've had two different acting jobs a week for the last 3 weeks. And it's funny how the voiceover work has sort of dipped a bit, and it's been all about the acting. It's kind of sort of works itself out in its own weird universe with me. Everything from construction worker for a council training video, a tradie for a hardware chain doing do-it-yourself videos. That was interesting because I'm not a do-it-yourself handyman at all. So I was really happy just not to hurt myself.
Oh, yeah.
Also, car reviewer for a car manufacturer on one of those car websites.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously I'm paid to review the car, so it's all glowingly positive. I think I was a sales guy with a couple of kids, great car for getaways on the weekend.
Brilliant. Yeah.
An alcoholic, fully medicated, I actually had to write this, alcoholic, fully medicated, depressed and abusive construction worker.
Wow.
Much drama.
Big character.
That was the Afters short film. I know.
And did you get this all through Star Now, was it? Or
No, you know what? When I was doing the Afters shoot, another actor, she recommended therightfit.com because during downtime, during setup, we were talking about, as you do, how we earn a crust. And she's got quite a bit of work from The Right Fit, and I'd never heard of it. So therightfit.com, I created my profile, and I think they get a commission from every job. So I just create my profile, apply for jobs, and then the production company puts the money in their system. So as soon as the job's complete, they tick complete, and you get paid less commission within 48 hours. And
Brilliant.
The reason I know that is because 2 days after I set it up, I got a job, which was the tradie job I'll talk about in a minute. Perfect. So I can't complain. So that I'm keeping that. I mean, it's just another platform to maintain, when you get a new headshot and new CV and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But that's a good problem to have. I'm not complaining.
No. Keep it all up to date.
Had an audition this morning, thanks to the agent, for a video for RSL, which in Australia is Returned Serviceman. So it's about a soldier who's come back. He's having some difficulty adjusting, going for job interviews. He's got tinnitus, like the noise in the ear, and like life is just PTSD world. So there's that, and then there's him once he's got a loan and some support through the Returned Services.
Okay.
Much more happier, bit less pressure, and smiling at the daughter. So what I did, because it came through late last night, and I said to the agent, "Look, I'll do it first thing in the morning." She's like, "Yeah, that's fine." So I rolled out of bed, and literally, I look like crap, and I thought I'm just going to go straight into the first bit, which is ordinary guy, lots of wincing. I think it's some line like turn it off, something for tomorrow, for the daughter who needs to go to sleep.
Yeah.
She's on her device. He's like through the door yelling, just get off your device. And so it's Grumpy Dad.
Oh, yeah.
And so there I am. Like, I didn't even comb my hair. I'm like, I did look uncomfortable, and I think it kind of helped. Certainly a difference.
Yeah,
and then
Method.
I went, I just literally got up, turned the camera on. Hey. And then had a shower, feeling fresh, cup of coffee, and then boom, I was the happy dad who's got the support.
Good job.
With a hair combed. I know, right?
Good
I know. So,
job.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
Don't hump my arm, for those watching on YouTube. Frederick. I better put Frederick, otherwise.
Yeah, you can't leave that without name. Sam, stop it.
Sammy, stop it. So that's good. And I had another audition yesterday, thanks to the agent. So look, it's been really good, really busy, and I'll get into some bits and pieces in a sec. How are you going, mate?
Oh, well, I'm not quite as busy as you, but I'm liking that. So I finished work for the year, so I've had a bit of downtime, which is really good.
How have you adjusted to that, like work, like survival job, plus keeping acting fresh and top of mind?
You mean when I'm working the survival job stuff?
Yeah, I mean, like life now versus when you were all about acting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still all about acting, but you need to. I mean, I don't pay that many bills yet, but
keep it that way as long as possible.
Money. Yeah, of course. And I still have a lot of time to do acting, and in my spare time, I think of it more as like I'm doing acting and on the side, I'm working to earn some money, rather than the other way around.
That way you're sort of keeping a focus.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But we had the screening for Not Today very recently. And I was so nervous.
Really?
Yeah, I had to drive down to Wollongong. And Jess and I we splurged a bit and stayed in this really nice
good on
place.
you.
Yeah, it's good on
Get
us.
some relationship points in there as well.
Yeah, exactly. Some
And was it
relationship brownie points.
Was it for cast and crew? This is
cast and crew. And they invited my family down.
Oh, that's
just
nice.
because of the amount they donated.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Your family get a producer credit.
Yeah, well, a little bit. Not like in the credit, but
I want to make a feature film next, Dad. No.
Yeah, please. But I was so nervous to see myself.
Really?
Yeah. But it was.
And did your family come down? Your parents came down as well?
Yeah, they came and watched.
An extra layer of nervousness.
It was very cool.
Have they been to a screening like that before to see you on?
No, because that was my first real big lead role in a short film.
Yep.
There was one. So I did a short film with a very small role when I was like 13.
Yeah. Okay.
And we went to the screening, and it turned out that my scene was deleted, so I wasn't even in it.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
No, I've
that happens a lot more than you think.
Yeah,
even people like feature films, Hollywood, going to the premiere and boom, the scenes.
You got to cut it down. So Not Today was originally half an hour. Cut it down to 18 minutes.
Okay.
So a lot of my scenes were cut, but
it's a chunky short film, even at 18.
Yeah, exactly. And it was great, very intense. Mum started crying. I was like sitting there, like so I was sitting there, and I was like, got emotional right near the end when my monologue comes in, like a voiceover stuff, and then my brain was like, wait, you can't cry. It's you. That's you. God. It's a bit weird. That's you.
that would be weird, but it's good. It's good that it hit you like
People
that.
enjoyed it. Okay. Fun little afters. And the next day, Jess and I had to drive home after being hungover from afters.
Absolutely.
To an in-person audition / callback for that horror feature film that I told you that I auditioned for. We auditioned for. Which is a small budget. Did I actually talk about it? Maybe I didn't talk about it.
Maybe not. It's been so long.
No, yeah. So let's do a quick reminder. So,
refresh our memories.
Yeah. So through Star Now, we applied for. Through Star Now. We applied for a low budget feature film, horror film, but like reasonably.
I love that genre. I reckon it'd be so much fun.
Yeah, and it's a reasonably good budget, like $100,000. Hello.
And what's the budget?
Yeah. So that was cool, and it would be a great experience. So I auditioned for the cheeky kind of fun, charismatic kind of best friend of the lead.
Okay. So perhaps not first to die, but getting close.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You know that guy.
It's a very interesting story, and it's written really well. So the writer / director / producer, his name's Jack Dignan. Yeah. He's written it really well. There's a lot of overlapping lines, which is great. So the premise, which is it was public because it was on Star Now, is that there's a girl and her mother dies, and the dad gets a new girlfriend that looks spitting image to the mum.
That's creepy.
And then you're kind of like, oh, this is maybe the mum back from there. Anyway, a lot of stuff happens, and it's brilliant. It's a 93-page script, so about a full-length film.
Yeah, okay.
And big achievement in itself, both Jess and I got an in-person callback.
Okay, that's good.
Which is brilliant. Yeah. Like, that's a big step anyway. Yeah. After you get the audition, and then even getting the next step. So we were very excited for that, and fingers crossed, but even if we just get to this stage, we're very happy. Yeah, and very happy to get there. But, yeah, I mean, the thing is that, so we auditioned, what, two weeks ago? Maybe a week and a bit ago.
I know.
What is that?
It's what's left of his toy.
Oh my God.
There's not much left of it.
Goodness.
But it's better than biting my hand.
Yes. So a couple of weeks before since the in-person audition, and but it's shooting late May next year, so we could find out soon or in months' time.
I know.
And you just don't know. You got to forget about that stuff. Like you can't just be sitting waiting, which I am a culprit to, 100%.
It's so easy.
But that's been brilliant, and that was a big day, the big weekend, because it was the screening and then straight to that. Otherwise, I've just been chilling, kind of figuring out Casting Networks because it's done its whole new system.
Yes, it's got a refresh. So although it's available in different markets like North America, Australasia, etc., the Australian has had a refresh, which is cool. And look, I like it. I'm still getting used to a few things and trying to unlock certain things to manipulate my profile's hard.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing. So originally, Casting Networks didn't offer a spot for you to write the year that you did the project. If you remember that. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
So I decided to put it in brackets at the end of the title.
Right.
Which I thought, clever, Sam. Which it was for the time, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they come in with, now you can do a year.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had to go back and delete all
I know, everything, yeah.
And then reorder it as well. For some reason, it didn't order it in years.
But
it looks better now.
Yeah, hopefully these are things you don't have to do once, really.
Yeah, overall, I think it's good now. And I think agents don't have... you can't pay through your agent for the account. Like they still can submit you.
So have a different profile.
But it's not. They're not as connected to it as they used to be. Apparently.
Okay.
Which is
I had the last two auditions came through Casting Networks from my agent.
Yeah.
Today's and yesterday's. Yesterday's was me acknowledging and sending the profile with the media that I thought was appropriate.
Yeah.
Rather than a self-tape even. So that was done. And today, as I said, was self-tape, which I went quickly edited and sent a minute's... Well, actually, I put a link up. It was really weird, okay, because it was for in-person in Queensland. Not in Queensland. I'm in Sydney. So I said to the agent, I said, well, what do we do? He said, self-tape. Don't panic, because it had the address, the time, and everything. I'm like, well, I'm not going to make it. Midday in Queensland. Not going to happen. So I filmed it, I edited it, blah, 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 and I thought that I'd be able to click submit through Casting Networks and attach the media and send it. No, I couldn't work it out. It really was set up for an in-person. So I just, Facebook messaged the agent. She gave me the email address. I just sent that. Plus she said, send me the link and she'll send it through her area as well, just to doubly sure. Yeah. So I did that and just used the Vimeo.
Yeah. Link. I think a brilliant option that's new to it now is you can attach specific clips to specific projects. Yeah. And I think that's free.
Yeah, I did that yesterday.
That's not on the premium.
Isn't it? Because I'm on premium. I think I'm paying $11 a month or something.
Yeah, so I haven't switched to premium yet because I haven't updated my show reel and I don't pay when I have nothing up there yet.
Indeed.
But I think the clips are free because it allowed me to upload one.
Okay.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I'm just trying to work out, and I sent them a query this morning on how to unlock my media so I can move it to my profile. Yeah. Because as I submit the profile, it wouldn't let me. So I only had what was there.
There's going to be some bugs, isn't there, on the new system.
And that's what you want to spend time on, right? All that technical shit? No.
Back to the simple days when actors just had to walk in the room with a headshot.
I know. Anyway.
Wish I lived then.
Moving on. So I had this... I had this through the Right Fit, okay? So another platform. And got tapped on the shoulder for this tradie thing. Now, we've got this, I guess you call him a hardware tradie celebrity called Scotty Cam, who is in front of a lot of cameras on different shows across the 9 television network in Australia on free-to-air. And he's sponsored by, or he's signed up as spokesperson for a hardware company in Australia called Mitre 10. Yay. So guess who was filling in for him? Maxi, and there was a couple other talents. So I think one was cooking, which was the next day, and another hardware guy who's a friend of mine who did the RSL shoot with me a while ago.
Cool.
And he was on the following day. So it was 3 of us. So I'm ready for a full day, right? First cab off the rank. I turn up and I've got my KFC tradie outfit, which KFC gave me. They said, look, no one's got size 13 work boots in the office, so no one's got size 13 feet. So to keep your wardrobe, and it's got me quite a bit of work. This tradie wardrobe. Yeah. It basically looks like someone who just works with their hands and knows what they're doing, and it's not me. So I call it a costume, but
that's not me.
But so be it. So whatever works, right? So I took that and a few options, and I had huge because I just finished the afters shoot, which is all about druggy, alcoholic. I'm just totally unkempt, and I just kept the beard, so we could have options and neaten it up or whatever. No, just go straight on. Okay, right. So ready to go. They had 3 projects for me, and you turn up and they've got one built, half built, and the pieces. And in amongst that, I've got to be doing the main bits while giving them voiceover options for when they do the montages of me actually doing things. And, like a mate of mine, Andrew, said, mate, what tips can you give me for when I'm up? I said, get out of the way and let the 2 builders, the 2 guys from our department, do their work, because I'm just slowing them down and probably risking hurting them. There was one scene I could not actually get this screw to do what I needed it to do with the pliers. So what they did was they got the dude who actually knew what he's doing.
Yeah.
Steve, to come in and do it. But I stood right next to the screw so you could see my shirt, so it looked like it was me doing it.
Yeah,
like, because seriously, I got no idea. Have you used a power saw? How long has it been since you used a power saw? Oh, it's been a while. Just show me again, you know. And then, of course, my cut was brutal. Like, it's just fully, I'm like, oh my God. And the script was being written as I was there. So
did you get paid properly, like a commercial payment?
And it's for online. So it's going to be used on their website for do-it-yourself stuff.
Not a flat rate.
And they can promote it on social media. So there's a limit. And
rollover? Did you get rollover?
Yeah, because there's a limit in time that it's going to be up for.
Yeah.
So,
did you have to convince them of that? They didn't offer it straight up, or did they?
No, I just sent my application through the Right Fit, and it was a self-tape application. And I just presented to camera with, I think I had a screwdriver that I've been using to put my IKEA furniture together. Go me.
And did you offer rollover? I mean, did you ask for rollover?
No, because what happened was I sent the audition of me just saying, hi, my name's Max, I'm from Mitre 10 and blah, blah, blah. And then there's a fixed fee for a period of time. So if it's going to go over that time and they want to keep using it, then yes.
But you negotiated that.
No.
Yeah. You had to sign.
Because it's a fixed... Like, what happens is if it's a project fee and they say it's going to be for online use, great. I'll specify, okay, what is it? 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. What's the period? And I'll get that in writing and I'll say, well, it's only going to be 12 months. Great. Then I make a note and I know... If it's on longer than 12 months, I'll submit them that fee again.
Yeah.
And that's worked with me on a couple of projects.
And you told them that as well, did you?
No, it's just how
This
I
is
roll.
how it rolls. How you roll.
Because they've agreed in writing. There's no point in spending too much time on the detail. I'm spending more time asking questions about what wardrobe do I need? Is there going to be a script? Am I going to auto cue? Like all that sort of stuff. But you've got it in writing that says, we're going to pay you X amount for 12 months usage.
Just on an email in writing, Easy.
Or a screenshot of if it's detailed in the actual audition notice. And then, brilliant, you just forward that and say, as agreed, it's over 12 months now. If you want to keep using it, that's fine. Here's the fee. If you don't want to keep using it, it's going to come down. Just let me know. This is how it rolls. This is how it works. And it's important because, and that's why I don't like to do in perpetuity stuff, because they can just use it whenever, wherever. For however long. So, look, it was a bit of a challenge because the script was unfolding as I was standing around. So, literally, here's a paragraph, and I've got to memorize the paragraph. Then practice very quickly because their setups don't take that long. This crew's worked together for a long time, and they did lots of stuff with Scotty Cam.
Oh, that's cool.
Then I've got to be pretty cluey with how to work whatever equipment I'm working and where to hold the labels and, to talk. Which bits do I need to look down to actually work on and then look up and say the next line in the paragraph? And I'll get something like, okay, Max, now you're sounding too posh, you've got to ochre it up a bit, so I've got to say, now we're going to get into the soul of the, I'm not, and again, I'm not a do-it-yourself person. And so I do that sort of stuff. So it's like I'm thinking about 5 different things at once, trying to, like, it was an absolute headache at the end of the day because I'm like so focused on the lines are just fresh. I'm presenting to camera, but I'm trying to build this thing and I'm out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
In a way, because I don't know what to build these things. So it was really interesting.
Acting.
I know. It was really interesting. What I learnt was throughout the day that the more time I spent asking the guys, one of them Canadian who actually built a log cabin in the wilderness. I mean, this guy is streets ahead of where I am is that a screwdriver, So
how do I use a screwdriver?
Get out of the way,
or pull or push?
Ask these guys questions. What's it going to look blah, blah. And then for the director, okay, what's the shot? Just get really into what you really, getting out of that shot so I know how to make it all happen because it was headache inducing. It was so full on. And there was one line, oh my God, because it broke into shots the way so that was sort of a shot list next to the scripts. So I say scripts because it was consistently unfolding.
Yeah.
And there was one moment where I'm like, yep, I memorized that paragraph, away I go. And it's like, okay, why don't you keep going now, do another take and say the next line. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, what is the next line? And I had a quick look and get on into Mitre 10. Or no, get into it at Mitre 10. So fair enough. But then as we're going through the next take, I'm halfway through my spiel and I can't remember that line that I just glanced at. So we get all the way through and then I'm looking at the camera awkwardly going, get on in to, instead of get into monitor, I can't remember, it was get on in or something. Like a word that made a huge difference because of their tag that they wanted to use. Yeah. And then we did it again. And guess what? I did it again.
Oh my God.
And then we did it again. And guess what? I did it again. By this stage, there's a few awkward chuckles, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't know we were going to do that line. Oh my God. And then I almost freaked myself out. You know, you get that moment in the mindset, oh my God, oh my God. So it's like, calm down, Max. You're going to make this happen. I said, just give me a minute. Line, blah, blah. Okay, yep, I can do the lines, blah, blah. And then I said it. What was funny was because the writer was there on set, after we finally got it, she used the tag that I kept getting wrong, the wrong tag, as the right tag for the last shoot. So that way, she said as she laughed, handing me the script, going, I'm least likely to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Because this is what I kept saying when I should have said the other tagline.
Yeah.
Oh, the go before. Anyway, what happened was I built a chest of drawers.
Cool.
Finished it with nice wax and paint to make it look like that sort of chalky, weathered look.
Oh, yeah.
I built a barbecue stand, like outdoor kitchen.
Yep.
That was intense. And a herb garden wall to hook onto the hook, to build onto the, I can't even say what I built. So you're cooking on your barbecue and you've got the herb garden wall right there and you pick your herbs, chuck it in. It's wonderful.
Very nice.
Oh my God. It pains me just talking about it. I'm getting flashbacks.
Oh yeah.
That was hard work. Like that was hard. But anyway, it went well. They were really happy with me. And, we're chatting during lunch and it comes up that I'm doing voiceovers because, get the old plug out. And the director said, that's great because I have to go through agency in Tasmania who then book a studio and a sound engineer, blah, blah, blah. So you've got your own home studio. I'm like, yeah, do. I've never had anyone send back a file going, that's not studio quality. It's great. He's like, oh, great. So I gave him the card and he said, yeah, no worries. I'll use you for voiceovers moving forward, which is great. It happened to me again, actually, when I did the car sales one on Friday. Yeah. It's the camera guy. He's like, hey, you do voiceovers, don't you? Yeah. Well, I didn't have a card on me. Rookie mistake. But I said, have you got LinkedIn? Connect on LinkedIn. Yep, no worries. Yeah. I find that works quite well. Yeah. Because it's, Max from blah, blah. Go to LinkedIn, type in Max, there I am. So it's, I've gotten some great connections and some recurring work through my LinkedIn contacts.
Yeah. Nice.
So you just never know. You just got to be ready. Who knows? I mean, actors' life. You don't know where the next opportunity is coming from. No. So you just got to be ready.
No. Anyway.
And I think because I did all the boring stuff that we've been talking about on the podcasts for the last year, getting your CV up to date, latest headshots, making sure everything's consistent, website, blah, blah, blah. Because I did all that boring behind the scenes stuff and it was up to date, I can relax and enjoy every project that came to me over the last few weeks because I know I don't have to panic going, have I submitted the right stuff for that? You know, if someone looks at my LinkedIn, I think Mark Morrissey had a look.
Oh,
Chris
really?
Hemsworth's agent on my LinkedIn profile. I'm like,
how do you know? Oh, it tells you.
Yeah. So who's viewed your profile? I'm like,
far
out.
How did he get that?
Who knows? Like I said, you don't know who's going to look at what, when, and where.
True.
So
it tells you who sees it.
Yeah,
on LinkedIn.
you can have a look. There's
cool.
a premium option which lets you look at. A lot of people have looked, but it just tells you the last few. I think unless you want to upgrade to premium. Premium's good if you want to do some of the LinkedIn learning stuff, which is like a better YouTube.
Yeah,
More professional YouTube. If you're in corporate world and you're looking for a job, the easiest way to see that is someone's upgraded to premium.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And anyway, let's not go back to corporate world. But so like you just never know. So because all that stuff was done, I'm walking around, business cards, I've got my CVs in my back pocket. Like I'm just, I'm geared to go. All that profiles up to date. And I can actually immerse myself in each of the projects.
Brilliant.
Which is great. Like I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. So
good stuff.
It's always good when it comes together and it's enjoyable. I'll talk about another couple of those projects in the next episode. Yeah. Particularly the car one. I mean, come on. I love driving cars and the best cars in the world to drive are ones that don't belong to you. I've worked that out a long time ago. So what are you doing next week, Sammy?
I am performing in Spring Awakening, the musical that we've been rehearsing for 9 months because of COVID.
Oh my God, Oh yes.
It's meant to be performed
I'm like,
in July.
geez, you guys are that shit?
Yeah.
No, it's really the plague.
Bad. Yeah. No, no, it's brilliant. And we're performing next week. I can't believe it. Yeah. Around my birthday.
Oh, when you turn 16.
Yeah, when I turn 16. The big one's 6. I'm going to have a sweet 16.
Oh, 20. Is that the end of your
21,
teens?
21.
21. Oh, pardon me.
Yeah. How old? Young.
Gosh, it feels like the last 2 years have been 1 year.
I know, right?
The last 3 weeks have been
but
1
that's
year.
been fun, and it's an interesting
Okay.
musical. We're doing a run today. Actually, I have to rush off to that.
Have you enjoyed rehearsing for it? I mean, I
Yeah,
know it's been fractured because
the-
of the COVID, but
The cast that we have, we're very, very close
That's
and very lucky to have
great.
that. And it's a lot of fun. We actually we recorded professionally.
Right.
Because one of our guys has a home studio, recorded professionally and did some visuals as well.
Well done.
For one of the songs.
okay. Is that to
Bitch
use?
of Living.
Well, that's
Yeah, you have to beat that.
between those lines, pretty obvious.
And
But
use it
is
as a
that-
promo, so it's
is it
cool.
promo? Yeah, I was going to say, is that for a promo? That'd be
Yeah.
great. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I can show you that. We can.
No, that'd be good. Speaking of performances, though, I know I've been talking about this play for what seems like a year because, well, it has been. It's now geared for February the 3rd to February the 6th in
Lipstick.
Sydney. I don't care where you are. Make your way to Sydney. It's probably going to be safer than wherever you're at.
Probably. We're very
Plague's under
lucky.
control here. And capacity has been lifted, which is great now. So
Yep.
we can fit more bums on seats. And the first read through...
I mean,
there's two-
one per seat,
well,
probably.
well, no one wants to sit on my lap anyway. But the
Not while you're performing. It'll be a bit uncomfortable.
the first read through is tomorrow night, and I'll meet 2 new cast members because there's a couple who couldn't manage it for scheduling the
Very
new
cool.
dates. But I'm looking forward to
Are you
that.
the oldest in it?
Pardon?
Are you the oldest in it?
Absolutely.
100%.
Oh,
By
absolutely.
like a good 30
Absolutely.
years.
I mean, who is able to commit to the work schedule of a play with
when
rehearsals
you're like
and
50
everything?
years old.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everyone my age has real jobs, which I've moved away from to have fun jobs. So
It's fair. Guys,
makes it
follow
great for
Max's
me.
lead.
But it was good fun, and it's comedy farce. So I'm looking forward to getting to rehearsals because what a great way to say goodbye to 2020 with a comedy farce.
100%.
So, and I've had the script at arm's length for a year because I still want to keep it fresh and
Yes,
actually
you
get
were
into the
talking about
room
that.
and do rehearsals, and I'm looking forward to doing that.
Brilliant.
Can't wait. So, lots more to talk about in the next couple of episodes.
Yes.
So, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, tell your friends, tell everyone.
your dog.
Tell anyone, basically, who listen. Even if they're not
Anyone
listening,
who
keep
will
telling
listen.
them.
We need people.
You're listening to Two Unemployed Actors. I'm Max.
I'm Sam.
And you'll hear us next week. Bye.
See ya.
2 unemployed actors.